G'day everybody. Got an interesting question today, and I get this quite repetitively. If something is so important for the body, then why does the body get rid of that substance? And this is the whole thing about urine therapy, where people say, urine therapy or urine is a toxic waste. And, that's not true. We know it's not toxic. We know it's actually sterile, and it has antiviral, antibacterial, antispasmodic, um, anti-inflammatory. It has a whole list of things. So it's antibacterial, it's an antidote because you've got your antibodies in it, and so forth. But the blood is always working perpetually, spinning around the body, releasing things, adding things, taking things out, putting it back in to create balance in the body. Now, our blood is pretty much pure, it's clean. There's not, apart from a few that do have some toxic blood, or blood poisoning, that aspect, but in general, most of us, our blood is pure, it's clean, it's the cleanest thing in our body. So it's always trying to clean itself, and the kidneys do that. They help purify the blood and take out, extra substances. And our body has sometimes a surplus of these things. So, for instance, if you eat too much starch, like go off and eat a whole pack of potato chips and then go have some French fries and a lot of starchy foods, you'll notice your urine is very cloudy and it's very waxy in intake. So that's in your blood. That goes into your blood level. So do that in fatty foods as well. You'll notice your blood will get thicker and fattier. It'll clog up the arteries and blockages. So what happens, when you eat a healthier lifestyle, there's always an imbalance regarding some of the foods we eat. We might have too much salt. We might have too much sugar, too much protein, too much of one thing. But your body can't store that. It has nowhere to store it. It can't just store sugar or store salt and use it for another time because it affects the overall whole body. So what it does, it has to get rid of it. So in order to purify that blood system and clean the system, if you've got too much sugar because you've eaten too many sweet things, it's going to be in your urine. That you can taste. When you're eating pineapple and sweeter things and so forth, you'll notice that it tastes sweeter. When you eat more saltier foods and you've got too much salt in your blood system and your body, it tastes salty. So it's a surplus, but the body can't reserve that surplus. It can't say, well, we'll lock all these extra bits of salt in the cupboard and we'll use it for next time, because it doesn't work that way. And plus, it doesn't have a shelf life. It's not like, you go off and buy frozen food and stick it in the freezer for 6 months and eat it. Your body doesn't have that ability. So that's why urine is a surplus of these extra vitamins and minerals and sugars and salts and everything else that we find in our diet. Yet we put our body under these extreme conditions where we over poison it, in a sense, with eating the wrong foods and causing it a lot of imbalance, which is a lot of work for the body. So the body has to spend all this time trying to always create balance. It's always trying to keep the body at a regular temperature, keeping the nutrition at a regular balance, trying to throw out things that it doesn't need at the time, trying to pull back in things that it might need to fend off other things. So it's an amazing system, but it works 24/7. And we spend all this time throwing that imbalance out. So we do things like lack of sleep, eat the wrong foods, adding stress into the body. These all play into that aspect. So balance is the key. It's always been that way. Balance is the key with anything. Now you'll notice, if you eat like high sugars and things like that, just go out and buy a bag of sweets, you're feeling up here because there's so much sugar in there, but then you crash because your body's just trying to get it out, and you've got to listen to your body, and your body will do things that will tell you need to slow down, because it will start to be at a dis-ease state, which means It's not calm, it's not at ease, it's working at a dis-ease. So that dis-ease can turn into a disease when your body says, hey, had enough, can't do it, and it'll produce these certain illnesses. Now, the idea is stand back and look at those causes of an illness. We fail to do that. A lot of the time we just go, oh, we've got a disease, we'll take a tablet. Oh, I've got a headache, I'll turn it off with a tablet. It doesn't mean the headache's gone. A famous doctor once said to me, if cancer was the rain, the drugs were the umbrella. Doesn't mean it stopped raining. So that's what a lot of these drugs can do. It's still raining, but the drug just masks that and you're not getting rid of the cause. But our body has a way of doing natural healing methods. It heals itself once we give it time to ease itself back into a normal state. And sometimes we need to welcome these illnesses and listen to these illnesses and say, hey, what's my body trying to tell me? What do I need to listen to? Do I need to de-stress? Do I need to change my job? Do I need to eat better? Do I need to exercise? Do I need to sleep more? What do I need to do to change my environment to create this dis-ease of my body back into some form of ease? So take that opportunity and reflect. I think, for instance, a lot of people get, told they've got an illness, and what they're doing instead of reflecting and looking at that illness is they're compacting it with other stresses. Oh my God, I'm going to die. So what's my life going to be like? They start eating poorly. They, feel depressed, so they don't exercise. They're not getting any sleep. So you're just compounding that illness or dis-ease in the body. So try and reverse that aspect. Welcome that dis-ease. Have a look at that dis-ease. Find out where it's coming from and calm your body back to some kind of balance and normality to what it knows. And you will probably find in most cases, your body will find a way to heal itself, which is its natural healing system. There's two different things. There's a natural healing system and an immune system. They work very differently. The healing system is like if you cut your finger will heal automatically over time. The immune system stops that cut from being infected. So it has its own role, but the immune system doesn't make you heal, it just protects you from other elements. But your body is amazing. It has this natural ability to heal itself when you give it time and when you give it balance and when you take that dis-ease away from it and give it ease, you find in most cases it restores back to balance. A lot of these medications try and do that. They just give your body relief at that time so your body can do what it's intended to do, which is what nature will give it to do, which is create balance again. So some of these drugs give you that little break from those pains, but sometimes we turn these off. We take too many drugs that we don't actually get a chance to listen to where that pain is coming from or where that dis-ease is coming from in the body. So therefore we ignore it, take more drugs, and then you're really in trouble because you're going to build up a toxicity. And a lot of other these toxicities cause other illnesses or problems. You might have, stomach problems or ulcers or, all sorts of weird things. Side effects on these things are pretty crazy. So that's pretty much what I'm going to answer regarding, is urine a waste product? No, it's not. It's a surplus aspect. And that's, I've heard this from a lot of doctors. Doctors know, they test these things. They test urine for what's in your body and what's your body trying to throw out. Back in the day before they had these, incredible scientific machines, the doctor used to stick his finger, into the cup, lick it and taste it. And that used to be the old way of doing it. Yeah, your urine's a little bit sweet. Maybe you might have diabetes or maybe something wrong in here because, it reflects on those sort of things. So try and create balance in everything that you do, whether it be lovemaking, whether it be playing, working, eating, exercise, whatever your thing is, do it in moderation and create balance for your body. All right. Yeah, a bit of a gross backdrop. Sorry about that. That's a close-up of my skin. Thought I was getting a bit carried away with my micro camera at one point. All right. So if you have any other questions or you feel that you might not know or need some understanding and maybe I can help and assist from what I've learned along the journey, yeah, feel free to shout them out. Okay. Take care. See ya.